is brown leaning. Not like lean with it or rock with it, but like lean with it, rock with it. And I'm like, and then she's like, boom.
Wow, 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 whoa, oh.
Welcome back to my channel. I am who? I am Local Black Child. And you are who? You are local babies. And you are what? You are local babies. And if you are not subscribed, you are what? You're a nobody. So today I'm here with another story time. Yeah, a lot of y'all seem to like my story times. Yeah. Yeah, they've been getting a lot of views lately. I'm like, okay, like y'all like the story times, okay? Child. So by the title, I see y'all see that it's a old lady that passed out on my shoulder. Okay? Strike me down if I'm lying. Like literally, I can get stricken down by a thunderbolt right now if I'm lying. I'm not lying, y'all. Like, I swear on my life that I'm not lying about the story time. Like, I do tend to exaggerate, but this story time, like, it's all facts and no printer. So this is what happened. Back when I was 7 years old, we used to go to church. Me and my family. We don't go to church no more like that. I mean, we just don't. We don't go to church no more. But we used to go to church every Sunday. We didn't never miss no church. I don't care if we was at Six Flags. We would find a way to ride the roller coaster to church. It don't matter if we was in Florida. We would bring Disney World to church if it was Sunday. It don't matter if I lost my leg. I would find a way to get to church. My mom, we had to go to church. It was no, I'm sick. It was no, I just died. It was no, I lost my leg. It was no, I just got hit by a bus. We're going to church regardless. It don't matter what happened to you. We're going to church. And that's how it was. So one morning, my mom busted my room. Wake up, darling. No, she real sweet at first, right? You know how mom be real sweet, but when they got to keep asking you something, they get kind of evil, right? She's like, wake up, darling. I'm like, mind you, I'm 7. So I'm like, So then she knocked again. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, I told you to wake up. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, she leave again. Third time's the charm. Bang, bang, bang. Wake up. She turned into the Hulk. Wake up. I'm like, yo, oh my God, you being too husky right now. I'm like, I'm up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna finesse my mom and act like I'm sick. So I'm like, Mom, I'm sick. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, give me the thermometer. I'll show you. She's like, okay. I stuck that joint right under the lamp. Right under, oh, you can't even see. Right under the lamp. That joint said 839 degrees. I'm like, Mom, I told you I'm sick. She's like, have some ginger ale and eat some crackers. Black parents always think ginger ale and crackers is going to do the trick. They think it can cure cancer. It can grow your edges back. It can, if you lost an eyeball, it can put your eyeball right in the back of your socket. If you jumped off a building, it will just revive you. It just feels like they just feel like black people think saltine crackers and ginger ale will always do the trick. It's like, what? So I'm like, oh my God, like, you so irking. But you know what I did? I went to church. You know why? Because my mom said I had to go to church. My mom was real sweet. Like I said, she would pack me and my sister a little bag. Because kids don't listen at church. Well, how I'm 7 and 6 years old, or 5 and 3, 2 and 1 plus 1 years old, I'm not going to be listening. Kids don't focus. So my mom would pack us a little bag. Boom. It was the church bag. So it would have in there, this is the imaginary bag, a leapster. Excuse me, I'm burping. A leapster, a Kindle, some coloring books, some snacks, and juice. And we were set for life. Boom. Me and my sister used to have a blast at church. So we leave the house with our little bag or whatever. We pull up to the church. Boom. Pull up to the church. Boom. This is the car. You know when someone make a really fast stop, you like. So the car, like, we pull up to church. Boom. We hopped out. We busted in the church. We sat on the little bench. You know, what do they call the benches? Are they called pews? We sat on the pew. Boom. So, like I said, the pews was facing this way towards the pastor. Me and my sister would sit like this. Like, this is the pew. We would sit like this and, like, color and, like, talk to each other and giggle and have a good old time. Like, we was at Chuck E. Cheese. It felt like Chuck E. Cheese, low-key, but just on a Sunday. So, boom. My pastor talking. We coloring. We looked up. We had a Kindle, right? I looked up the word fart. That John said, and I remember this from literally, like, 14 years ago. It said, emits wind from the anus. We like, that's what a fart is. That's funny as heck. Like, we was just doing too much at church. My mom like, yo, be quiet. Like, Like, we wasn't even listening at that point. So, boom. Knowing the pastor, like, okay, stand up or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, like, stand up for what? Like, oh my God. But they started singing. Y'all know that church song that's like, yes, Lord, for the rest of the day. And it stopped. So I'm like, okay, it's time to sit down. It's like, yes. I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, yes, Lord, for the rest of the day. Then I'm like, okay, let me sit back down. It's like, yes. I'm like, oh my God. You know what? Like, I'm tired of it. So I just like, you know what, Mom? I'm sitting down regardless if they're going to keep saying yes or not. So I sat back down with my sister and I continued to draw. So I'm sitting up on a pew. Like, remember how I said I used to face the other way? Now I'm like really sitting on a pew. There's an older lady by the name of Miss Brown next to me. I don't know if that's her real name, but I'm going to just say her name is Miss Brown. So Miss Brown had this chocolate skin, this beautiful white hair. Like, I love when like someone get old and their hair is like literally like white, like paper white, like printer paper white, like marshmallow white, like just white. So I love that. Like, she had this thick white hair with these curls. I'm like, oh, Miss Brown, like, you is just bad. Like, anyway, child. So Miss Brown older, right? So the older people at church, they didn't never really stand. You know what I mean? Because like when the pastors stand, like their bones are more fragile. They're more like, it probably hurt her to stand. So she's sitting down. So I'm like sitting next to her, like, oh, doing what I gotta do. And I see Miss Brown leaning. Not like lean with it or rock with it, but like lean with it, rock with it. So I'm really shy. I don't really talk like that. Like, I talk, but not the strangest. So I was gonna say, Miss Brown, you leaning on me. Miss Brown, you good. Like, I just was looking. So I'm like, okay, like maybe she just like is vibing with the music, rocking back and forth. But I never seen her go the other way. So I'm like, okay, so she just rocking back and back, not back and forth. So she keep going. So I'm like, okay, like maybe she just is like, I don't know why she's doing that, but maybe she okay though. But so this is my shoulder and I'm Miss Brown. So at this point she like hovering over my shoulder. And I'm like, and then she's like boom. She just boom, like collapsed on my arm. So I'm like I tap her head. I'm like, Miss Brown, like, I guess she sleep. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and think something wrong. Miss Brown could have been out partying last night. She just tired. At the bar, she a little hungover. She was at the amusement park. She just a little exhausted. She was up all night reading a book. But the fact that she came to church, I'm like, I'm proud of you for coming to church, even though you tired. So I kind of like patted her head. I'm like, yeah, like, you a real sweet lady, like, for coming to church, even though you exhausted, So my church service is really supposed to be from 9 to 11. But at black churches, ain't nothing done early or on time. So really, my church service was a job shift. So it was from 9 to 5. So she passed out around 11, and now it's 5 in the evening. So Miss Brown's still steady laying on me. I'm like, okay, like, do I tell someone? So I'm like, you know what? I'll give it another 3 hours. So I waited. Now it's like 12 in the morning. So I'm okay, like, Mom, like, okay, Miss Brown is on my shoulder. Like, Mom, Miss Brown's on my shoulder. Mom, like, Miss Brown, like, she not moving. I'm like, oh my God. So I moved my arm like that, and she kind of just, like, fell behind me. I'm like, oh my God. Because, like, I thought she would sleep. So, when you sleep on someone's shoulder and they kind of move their shoulder, you, like, wake up. You know what I mean? Like, you sleep and you're like, oh, like, you know, but she just, I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. Oh. So I was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God. And yo, the ambulance bust in the room. Not the ambulance worker, but the ambulance truck bust in the church. And they was like, and they hopped out and took Miss Brown out on a stretcher, like, on a stretcher. And they strapped her in. They strapped her in like that. And she rolled like this. Like, she rolled out like this. like, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, Miss Brown. Miss Brown, what happened? And everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, okay, I thought she was asleep. Like, she could have been out late. I'm not a bad person. Like, again, I'm shy. I did not want to say nothing, but I just was trying to be a nice child. But everyone like, why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? I'm like, please stop. I thought Miss Brown was asleep. Please don't blame me, please. Miss Brown. So that's the end of the story. I will never, no, like, no funny stuff. Like, no funny stuff. Like, yeah, like, I'm serious. Like, yeah. I will never forget this story. Like, I will always remember Miss Brown. But she didn't pass away, though. Like, she's fine. Like, she just had a lack of iron or lack of vitamin C or D. Something vitamin, lack of something. But she was okay. She lived. So, it's not like she passed away. No, she's fine. But it's just like, just the fact that I let someone just sit there for hours on my shoulder, just, okay. That's the end of the story, guys. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on everything you gotta follow me on. I'll be back. If you want another story time, I got you. I got more stories in the cut. So I'll see y'all soon. And oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, bye. Yeah.
Okay, so go to that bag. Go to that bag. Go to that bag. Go to that bag.